Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, today I wanted to bring to you guys a review of a palette that I purchased on Amazon. I'll put the details and things like that in like a little comment with the price and all that type of stuff. This is called the Candy Peaches palette by Jacob and Eli. Never heard of that brand, but I thought it looked pretty cute. 18 blendable matte and shimmer eyeshadows, and this is what it looks like. Pretty, basic cardboard packaging, no mirror, magnetic closure there. And this is what it's looking like. Hopefully, I think that's pretty true to color. So yeah, I'll insert some swatches and stuff like that, but we've got some shimmers, we've got some matte. I saw it was new and it has some good reviews and things like that. And so I wanted to do a review of this palette because it is inexpensive, and the colors are very intriguing. So yeah, I want to do it a little bit differently rather than just doing a first impression. I decided to take a note out of one of my favorite YouTubers right now, Emily Noel. I just recently discovered her channel, and how she does a more in-depth review. Maybe some other YouTubers do it as well, but where they do multiple looks with the same palette to give you a more well-rounded review. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to show you guys 4 different looks over 4 days basically, that you can get with this palette, so you can see the versatility, if you even think it's versatile, and how the shadows perform. So I'm going to show you those things. We're going to do a voiceover on the looks to give you a little bit more information on how I achieved the look, and of course I'm going to insert swatches. Well, you guys just watch the eyeshadow, okay? Just watch the 4 days of eyeshadow, tutorials, and then I'll be back with my final thoughts. Okay guys, so for every look this week, I will be starting off with my PHOTOFOCUS eyeshadow primer. And so for the first look, I wanted to do a more, wearable look for work because that's where I'm going. So trying to use caramel as a transition shade. It's a bit light, so I'm going into Gumball and basically sweeping that more into the crease area to give more definition. And that's more of like a mauvey, like dusty rose type shade. And for the overall lid color, I'm going into Jawbreaker, which has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It is a like a brick type color, like a reddish, pinkish brick type color, and I'm just blending all that out with a fluffy brush, and I'm getting that color a little bit more into the crease. And so with Gummy, that is more of a orangey type shade, so I'm using that above the crease area to just add a little bit more dimension to the eye look. And to deepen up my crease, I am using Chocolate, and that's one of my favorite colors in the palette, just to deepen up the crease and just give your eye a little bit more definition and contouring. And for Caramel, or for my brow bone, I'm using Caramel, and that's just going to brighten up that area just a tad bit, and that is a matte shade. And so I've gone ahead and applied the rest of my makeup, and I'm using Coin for the inner corner to do that inner corner highlight, and this is that look. And so this is a very wearable look. You can wear it to work, church, or anything like that. So for my next look, once again, starting off with my Wet n Wild primer, and to give a nice base for the colors that I'm going to be using the Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. And today is a weekend, so I can be a little bit more adventurous with the makeup. So I'm going in with some bright colors today to show you guys how the colors perform. And so again, I'm going in with Gumball. This is like my favorite transition shade in the palette. So for those of you who like more of a warm tone, pinky toned eyeshadow look, that is a great transition shade. And then I'm going in with Fruity, and this is a nice like metallic foiled deep purple look eyeshadow. So it's nice and creamy, very creamy. I'm going in with a flat, I guess like a concealer brush. This is actually a paint brush that I purchased from Michael's. but it really packs on that color really nicely. So you could use your finger if you wanted to, but I did want to see how it applied with a brush, and it's applying very nicely. So I'm going to do kind of like a halo effect. So putting it on the inner third and the outer third of the eye, and then taking a little bit of that same shade into the crease. And so I know it has a little bit of a metallic like sheen look to it, but it still worked in my crease area. So yeah, I did that to deepen that crease area with that deep purple shade. And I'm blending that out into that gumball shade with a fluffier brush. I think that's the Sigma E40 brush. So I'm doing the same on the other eye. This time using a little bit deeper or a denser crease brush to get that into the crease. And so for Jawbreaker, or I'm using Jawbreaker to add a little bit more color to the transition area and blending that purple into that area. And when I was applying that fruity shade on the eye, I lost that center white pigmentation. So I'm going back in with my Milk Jumbo pencil to make that pop a little bit more. And so that's really going to help the next colors that I use pop against that purple. And so next I'm going in with Jelly, and that's a nice hot pink type of a shade. And this also has some shimmery metallic properties to it. So I'm going in right where that white starts and a little bit overlapping that purple to give it a nice gradient from the purple to the pink. And I'm doing that on both sides of that white area, so that I'll leave a little tiny little sliver of white in the center for my last shade, which is going to be Lollipop. This is a nice orangey goldenrod type of a yellow shade. So what I was doing here was doing like a sunset halo eye, going from the center being that nice bright orangish yellow shade, fading into a purple, or fading into a pink, and then going out into that nice purple shade. So I'm doing some further blending with my fluffy brush with that purple shade to get that more into the crease. And then again, I'm going in with chocolate to deepen up that that outer crease area to give the eye a little bit more definition and shape. And then I'm taking Coin and popping that right below the eyebrow to give a little bit more shimmer and highlight under the brow area. And there was a fallout, so that's what I'm just showing you guys there. There was some fallout with this palette on my under eyes. So, but that is the final look. There it is, mascara, eyeliner, and all the rest of the face makeup done. That is what it's looking like, and this was my favorite look for the entire week. It was so pretty. So for my third look, I'm doing another neutral type look that can be worn every day, but this time I am going in with my Milk makeup, or my NYX makeup eyeshadow pencil in the shade Milk to make the color pop. And then I'm going in with that taupe shade. It's called Sweet. And in the palette, it looks a little matte, but it really is not. It has a sheen to it, so it's more like a satin shade. So it really wasn't good for an all-over like transition shade, because my entire eye was kind of like shiny, and you can kind of see that right there. Like it's all shiny. It really wasn't that good of a look, but it eventually comes together, as you will see. So I'm going on with Chocolate Toucan and Licorice, which is a deeper brown shade, and I'm going in with both of those and using that to sculpt that and bring that into the transition area to sculpt my eye and kind of basically cover up the sheen that was all over the transition area and the crease area of my eye. And so to make that that lid color, that taupey color, pop a little bit more, I just went in with a little on my finger, and this was a super easy look, and I think it came out nicely. And so for the final look, we are going to work today. So I'm going in with the eyeshadow primer, of course, and then this is going to be another like wearable everyday look, I think with a little bit of shimmer, and going in as my base with the Deep 7D No Filter Concealer by ColourPop, and blending that out to just blank out that canvas. Then again, I'm going in with Gumball. You can see this is my transition shade in this palette. So going in with that in the transition area and in the crease. And just getting a nice wash of color laid down there. And then going in with Caramel. This is going to be going on my lid today. And so I'm just going in with that all over the lid up until the outer third of the eye. And then I'm going in with Fruity, that nice deep purple shade, and I'm using that on the outer third of the eye and into the crease area to deepen up that crease. And so even though, like I said, it is a metallic shade, it does look really nice in the crease area. And so with the saltwater color, this is a nice, like, it's a duochrome shade. So it looks a little bit green in a certain light, then it also looks a little orange. And then the final look, this is what it's looking like, guys. Super easy, super quick look. Everyday appropriate. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the different looks that I was able to achieve, and you know how they all came out and things. I really liked the sunset eye look. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know if I've ever done a sunset eye look. I mean, maybe it's not that out of the box, but you know, I just thought it was so cool, you know, doing that little halo look with like 3 shades and stuff. Yes, I thought it was so cute. And so you can see how in the palette you're really able to, I'm going to hold up upside down, you're able to get, you know, more colorful looks with, you know, some of these aren't showing up true to color. Like this bubblegum shade is like a super bright, you know, pink, like really like a neon berry pink, and then this one is like a bubblegum Barbie pink. And then you got this really nice purple shade there, and the oranges and stuff. Everything I think performs really nicely in this palette. Of course, I could not use everything because for 3 of the looks I'm getting ready to either go to work or go to church, and I'm not about to go in there with a mint green eyeshadow look, you know. So I really wanted to try this shade on camera for you guys, but I also really wanted to do that that sunset look because these shades, the purple, the pink, and some of these more orange shimmers, they really called out to me. So I really wanted to put those to the test and really show you guys how much of a pop the metallic or shimmer shades have, you know. So but some of these, you know, I did try to use, you know, this one here. What is this one called? Salt Water Today in the inner tear duct. So it's not too much of a, you know, out there look for work, but you know, I wasn't gonna put that all over the lid. So but yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I really do like this eyeshadow palette, and I really liked doing this review for you guys, because a lot of times, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'll get a palette and do a couple looks with it and then don't use it anymore because something new came out and I bought that and then I'm trying to use that. So I really liked, you know, forcing myself to really get different looks with one palette over 4 days. And of course, if you guys want to do this challenge, you know, where you just use one palette for an entire week, entire 2 weeks, then I really encourage you to do that, you know, rather than going out and hopping on every little new thing, you know. But if you guys have any questions about the palette, about any of the looks that I did, I'll try to jog my memories, let me know, and I'll try to answer them. But yes, I definitely think this is worth it. I believe this is was under $10. So yeah, I believe this is under $10. I will, you know, correct myself in the editing when I'm putting up the information if it's not. But really good palette from Amazon. If you're on Prime, free shipping. Yes, that free shipping, that Prime life, you know, get into it, okay? But yeah, it's a really good palette. If you're into warm shades, there's not very many cool shades. I think the only cools are these browns. Palette, and can you use this every day? Sure. I mean, you've got some transition. There's not a lot of transitions. Okay, so that's what I would say. Not a lot of transitions for me. Like everything when I would transition it, you know, it kind of showed up a little bit light, and you guys saw that in the eyeshadow looks. Like this shade here, this was a little bit more of a challenging look when for a sun. This, you know, it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. That's why I was saying there's some satins in here, because this is a little bit more, you know, has a little bit of a sheen. That's what I'll say, a sheen to it. And then when I blended it into the transition area, it was just looking kind of like shiny. It's a taupey like sheen, you know, shade, which is fine for all over the lid. I made it work and things like that. But this may look like a transition, but it wasn't really a good transition for me. The main one that I use for a transition is Gumball. That's more of a pinky, a pinkish mauve, like dusty rose type of a shade, but a little bit more deeper. Okay, a little bit deeper than like a dusty rose, like a dusty brownish reddish type of a shade. And even then that wasn't really deep and stuff. But hey, I mean, I can use that all over the lid. I can go for it all over the eye, but it's not the greatest transition for me. Okay, and then caramel would be the next thing. Caramel, however you want to say it, might be another transition shade, but it is a bit too light for me to transition with. However, you saw me make the palette work. So as far as transitions go, so you can, of course, you can deepen up any of the shades with this chocolate and licorice. So this one would be the transition shade that I would use if you were a woman of color, my shade, or deeper. So yeah, but I do think it's a worthwhile palette to check out, guys. So I hope you enjoyed my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more reviews like this, let me know, because I was thinking about doing it for this one palette here, the Carity Posh palette. Alright, so let me know if you're interested in this. This is I don't know if you guys have heard of the company Carity. I heard about them years ago, like that they had similar quality, similar shades to MAC eyeshadows, and then I saw an advertisement on Facebook. They be getting me with these ads, okay, for this palette, and this is what it looks like. It's all nice and velvet. It's a little bit dirty because I have used it, but it's got the full-on mirror there, and then all of these shades. So if you guys want to see a similar thing, you know, a similar video with this palette, let me know. This one is a little bit more expensive. I think it was like $20-something. And then I can also do it with this Soft Glam, because this palette is the bomb, okay? Alright, so I'm going to put a poll up there, okay? I'll put a poll up there, and then we'll see how it goes, whether I do another video like this. But it was really fun for me, enjoyable, and let me know any comments, questions, concerns you have in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to address those, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Be sure to like, is it thumbs up? Give a thumbs up. Hopefully my thumbs ain't dirty. Or give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content from me, and I will be talking to you all really, really soon. See ya.